Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here today because we're going to talk about something very important, something that many of us have faced when learning a new language. Can you guess what it is? Yes, we're going to talk about overcoming the fear of speaking English. If you've ever felt nervous, shy, or even scared to speak English, let me tell you one thing. You're not alone. Almost every English learner experiences this fear at some point. Maybe you're worried about making mistakes, or you're afraid that others might judge you. Perhaps you feel like your pronunciation isn't perfect, or you're scared that you might forget what to say. These feelings are very normal. Believe me, even fluent speakers have moments of doubt. But here, the good news, this fear can be overcome. Yes, it's possible to go from feeling anxious to speaking with confidence. And guess what? When you don't have to be perfect to start. The truth is, learning to speak a language is a journey, and every step you take brings you closer to fluency. So, what can you expect from this video? By the end of it, you'll feel more confident about speaking English, and you will have practical, easy to follow strategies to help you break free from that fear. You'll learn how to practice effectively, how to approach mistakes, and how to build your confidence, step by step. Here is a little preview. We'll explore why we're often afraid to speak English and how to understand those feelings. You'll discover the power of practice and repetition in building confidence. I will share practical tips for boosting your self-assurance when speaking English, and we'll talk about how to create a safe environment to practice. Because before we dive in, I want to quickly remind you that this channel is here to help you learn, grow, and succeed. If you find my content helpful and want to support me, consider joining the channel as a member. Your support allows me to dedicate more time to creating quality content for you. Content that's fun, educational, and full of useful tips. Plus, it helps me continue improving the channel and bringing even more exciting resources your way. So, thank you to everyone who has already joined, and thank you in advance if you're rethinking about joining today. Now, are you ready to take that first step towards speaking English with confidence? Let's get started. Chapter E. Why are we afraid to speak English? Let's start by addressing an important question. Why do so many of us feel afraid to speak English? This fear comes from several common reasons, and understanding these reasons is the first step toward overcoming them. Let us break them down. 1. Fear of making mistakes. One of the biggest reasons we're afraid is the thought of making mistakes. You might worry, what if I say the wrong word? What if my grammar is wrong? What if I pronounce something incorrectly? This fear can feel paralyzing and make us hesitant to speak at all. But here's an important truth. Mistakes are a natural part of learning. Think about a child learning to walk. They don't stop trying just because they fall down. They get up and try again. Learning a language is exactly the same. Mistakes are not failures. They are opportunities to grow. 2. Fear of being judged. Another common fear is worrying about what other people will think. You might imagine someone laughing at your pronunciation or giving you a strange look. Twerk. This can feel intimidating, especially if you're re-speaking with fluent or native speakers. But let me tell you something. Most people are not judging you at all. In fact, many people admire the effort it takes to learn and speak a new language. Instead of focusing on imaginary criticism, remind yourself that you're redoing something amazing, something many people are too afraid to even try. 3. Fear of not knowing what to say. Have you ever been in a situation where you re-asked a question in English and your mind goes blank? This happens because we put so much pressure on ourselves to be perfect. We want the perfect sentence, the perfect word, or the perfect reply. And when we can't think of one, we feel stuck. But guess what? Even native speakers struggle to find words sometimes. They pause, they use filler words like and they take their time to think. It's completely okay to do the same. Normalizing these feelings. The good news is that these feelings are entirely normal. Almost everyone experiences them, whether they're relearning English or another skill. Even fluent English speakers feel nervous in some situations, like giving a presentation or speaking to someone important. Here's something important to remember. Fear doesn't mean you're not good at English. It just means you're human. Every time you face this fear and choose to speak anyway, you making progress. Over time, the fear gets smaller and your confidence gets bigger. Let me leave you with this thought. Perfection is not the goal, communication is. Your English doesn't have to be perfect to be powerful. It's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay to feel nervous. What matters is that you try, learn, and keep improving. So, are you ready to face your fears and move forward? Let's dive into how you can practice speaking English in a way that feels safe and enjoyable. Chapter R. The Power of Practice and Repetition. Now that we've talked about why we're afraid to speak English, let us explore how to overcome that fear. The secret? Practice and repetition. Why practice is so powerful. Have you ever noticed that the more you do something, the less scary it feels? In English works the same way. At first, it might feel awkward or uncomfortable, but with time it becomes second nature. Think about when you first learned to ride a bike. Ramira. At first you were nervous, you probably wobbled and even fell. But the more you practiced, the steadier you became. Eventually, riding a bike felt natural, and you didn't even have to think about it. That's exactly how practice works when learning to speak English. The key. Repetition. Every time you practice, you re-strengthening your brain as English muscles. The more you repeat, the easier and more natural it becomes. How practice helps overcome fear. Familiarity builds confidence. When you practice regularly, you become familiar with common phrases and patterns. And Hattermine for. This familiarity helps you feel prepared in real conversations, which reduces fear. Instead of thinking, "What do I say?" your brain goes, "Oh, I know this." Mistakes become learning opportunities. With practice, mistakes stop feeling like failures and start feeling like part of the process. You learn from them and move on. And over time, those mistakes become fewer and fewer. Small wins boost your motivation. Each time you say a word correctly or use a new phrase, you remaking progress. These small wins build your confidence, showing you that improvement is possible. Simple exercises to practice speaking. Talk out loud to yourself. Describe what you read doing during the day. "I'm cooking breakfast now," or "I'm going to the store." Say your thoughts out loud in English. Even simple sentences are helpful, like, "It's sunny today," or "I feel happy." Record yourself speaking. Pick a short paragraph or a few sentences to read aloud and record yourself. Listen to the recording, notice areas to improve, and try again. This lets you hear how you sound and track your progress over time. Use language apps. Apps like Duolingo, HelloTalk, or Chambly let you practice speaking in fun and interactive ways. Try using these apps for 4 minutes daily to make speaking English part of your routine. Repeat phrases after natives. Watch a video or listen to an audio clip, then pause and repeat what you hear. R. Focus on matching the pronunciation and intonation. This mimics the way babies learn to copy sounds. Practice with simple role plays. Imagine you reordering food at a restaurant or introducing yourself to someone. Practice these scenarios out loud. Role-playing makes you feel prepared for real-life conversations. Consistency is the key. Even 4 minutes a day can make a huge difference over time. Remember, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep practicing. Let me share a simple but powerful reminder. Practice makes progress. The more you practice, the more confident you will feel, and the less fear you will have. Mistakes will become stepping stones, and words that once felt difficult will roll off your tongue naturally. Let's move to the next chapter, where we will discuss specific strategies to boost your confidence when speaking. Ready? Let us go. Chapter 10. Tips to boost confidence. Now that you understand why you might feel afraid and how practice helps, let us dive into strategies to boost your confidence when speaking. English. Troche. These tips are practical and designed to help you feel at ease. Start small and build your confidence. One of the best ways to boost your confidence is to begin with simple tasks that feel achievable. What? Think of these as warm-up exercises for your English speaking skills. Speak with someone you trust. Find a friend, family member, or teacher who supports you. When you know the person won't judge you, it's much easier to speak up. For example, share your daily routine. I woke up at Chi Ling Ah, Ligam M, and had breakfast. Practice small talk. How was your day? If you don't have someone to practice with, apps like HelloTalk or Tandem connect you rank language learners and friendly native speakers. Stick to simple sentences. There's no need to use long or complicated phrases. For instance, instead of saying, "Yesterday I wanted to go to the supermarket, but it was raining, so I decided to stay at home and read a book," say, "Yesterday it rained. I stayed home and read." Over time, as your confidence grows, you can expand your vocabulary in sentences. Use scripts to prepare. Feeling nervous in certain situations, like introducing yourself or asking for help? Prepare and practice scripts for common scenarios. For example, introducing yourself. "Hi, my name is Sarah. I am learning English and love to read books." Ordering food. "Can I have a cheeseburger, please?" Practice these sentences out loud multiple times. When the situation arises, your words will feel natural and ready. Celebrate small wins. Confidence grows when you acknowledge and celebrate your progress, no matter how small. For example, did you use a new word today? Awesome. Did you manage to hold a short conversation? Amazing. Reward yourself for these achievements, even if it's just with a kind word. "I did it," or "I'm improving." Control your inner critic. Often, fear of speaking comes from negative self-talk. Replace these thoughts with encouragement. Instead of "I'll make mistakes and sound silly," think, "Making mistakes is how I learn," instead of "My English isn't good enough." Say, "Every day my English gets better." Practice positive visualization. Before speaking, close your eyes and imagine yourself confidently talking in English. Picture the words flowing easily, the person smiling, and the conversation going well. This technique helps you feel calm and prepared. Set small, achievable goals. Breaking your learning journey into small goals makes the process manageable. For example, a goal for today, say 3 sentences in English. No. A goal for the week, learn and use 5 new words in conversation. Over time, these little steps add up, and you'll notice your confidence rocketing. Focus on communication, not perfection. Remember, your goal is to communicate, not to sound perfect. People will appreciate your effort, even if you make mistakes. Instead of worrying about grammar, focus on getting your message across. For example, don't stress if you say "she eat pizza" instead of "she eats pizza." The main point is, people will still understand you. A quick confidence. boosting exercise. Here is an activity to try right now. Choose one phrase in English. For example, "Hi, how are you?" Say it out loud 3 times, slowly and clearly. Smile while speaking. This naturally makes you feel more relaxed and confident. Try this phrase with someone today. By starting small, using simple sentences, and focusing on communication over perfection, you'll slowly but surely gain confidence. Remember, everyone's learning journey is different. Celebrate your progress and don't compare yourself to others. In the next we'll tackle ways to overcome fear, step by step, and learn how to stay calm during real conversations. Keep going, you've got this. Chapter 4. Creating a safe speaking environment. Feeling safe and comfortable is essential to improving your English speaking skills. If you can practice in an environment where you don't feel judged or rushed, your confidence will grow naturally. Let's explore some simple ways to create or find that safe space for yourself. Join language clubs or groups. Language clubs and groups are excellent for meeting people who are also learning English or who are happy to help others practice. Here's how to get started. Find local language meetups. Search for clubs in your area or events specifically for language learners. Apps like Meetup or websites like Eventbrite often list such gatherings. Join online language communities. Platforms like Discord, Facebook, or Reddit have communities dedicated to practicing English. You'll find many learners who face the same challenges and understand your journey. Why it helps. These clubs are non-judgmental spaces where everyone supports each other. The focus is on improvement, not perfection. Practice with friends or family. Do you have friends or family members who are also learning English? Practicing together is an excellent way to feel safe while improving. Shared goals. Work together to achieve small goals, like holding a 5-minute conversation or practicing a list of new words. Correct each other kindly. Use phrases like, "I think this way sounds better," instead of pointing out errors too directly. If you don't have a peer to practice with, consider practicing with children if available. They are often curious, non-judgmental, and fun to talk to. Find patient partners. If possible, connect with someone who already speaks English and is happy to help. Here's how to find the right partner. Language exchange platforms. Apps like HelloTalk, Tandem, or Conversation Exchange pair learners with fluent speakers. Many of these exchanges are free, and you can help them with your native language. In return, choose the right partner. Look for someone who is encouraging and understands that you're relearning. A patient partner will correct you gently and cheer for your progress. Practice in low-stakes situations. Sometimes speaking in high-pressure situations, like at work or school, can feel intimidating. Start practicing in low-pressure settings where it's okay to make mistakes. Order at a cafe or restaurant. Start with simple phrases like, "Can I have a coffee, please?" Talk to yourself in front of a mirror. Practicing solo can help reduce anxiety before speaking with others. Use technology. If you're not comfortable speaking with people yet, use apps and tools to simulate conversations or get feedback. Record yourself. Use your phone to record yourself speaking, then play it back. Focus on improving pronunciation without being too self-critical. Speech recognition apps. Apps like Google Translate or Elsa Speak can give you feedback on how clear your pronunciation is. Virtual language partners. Try practicing with chatbots like those on Duolingo or Speak AI, which allow you to converse without fear of judgment. Be honest about your level. When speaking with others, especially those who are fluent, don't hesitate to mention that still learning. Most people are understanding and will slow down. Use simpler words or avoid complex grammar. For example, you can say, "I am practicing my English. Can we speak slowly? If I make a mistake, please correct me nicely." Look for supportive communities. Many online and offline groups exist specifically to encourage and uplift language learners. YouTube comment sections. Many creators have interactive communities where viewers practice English by leaving comments. Learning groups on WhatsApp or Telegram. Join or create a small group where learners share tips, practice questions, or even creating a safe environment. Doesn't mean you'll never feel nervous, but finding people and places where you feel supported will make speaking a lot less stressful. Remember, mistakes are natural. Every single one of us, including native speakers, makes them. The goal isn't perfection. It's making progress while feeling comfortable in your efforts. Chapter Wove. Celebrating progress. One of the best ways to stay motivated while learning English is to recognize and celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Each step forward builds your confidence and keeps you excited to continue. Let's talk about how to monitor your growth and reward your efforts. Keep track of your achievements. Seeing how far you've come can be incredibly encouraging. Here are simple ways to monitor your progress. Start a journal. Write down your goals and small wins in a notebook or on your phone. For example, today I ordered food in English for the first time. This journal becomes a reminder of your journey and a motivator when you face challenges. Use milestones. Break your learning into small, measurable steps, like learning new words, or speaking with someone in English for minutes without switching languages, or completing one full podcast or video and understanding most of it. Record yourself. Record a short video or audio clip every week or month. Compare your older recordings with newer ones to hear the improvement in your pronunciation. vocabulary, and confidence. Reward yourself. Learning English takes effort, and every effort deserves a reward. Celebrating accomplishments can keep your motivation high and help create positive associations with learning. Give yourself small treats after a practice session or reaching a goal. Treat yourself. Watch a favorite movie, maybe even in English. Enjoy your favorite snack or meal. Take a relaxing walk or indulge in a hobby you enjoy. Plan bigger rewards for bigger goals, like holding a long conversation in English or finishing an online course. Reward yourself with something bigger for major achievements, like holding a long conversation in English or finishing an online course. Reward you. For example, buy a book, game, or other item you've been wanting, especially if it says in English. Celebrate with others. Share your wins with friends, family, or online communities. Hearing, "Wow, great job," can be a huge motivator. Recognize progress beyond perfect scores. Progress isn't always about perfection. It is about effort and improvement. Learn to celebrate achievements that go beyond grammar or test results. Examples of progress to celebrate: you understood a conversation without asking for translations. You confidently asked for directions. While traveling, you noticed yourself using new words or phrases naturally in conversation. Reflect on your journey. Take a moment to look back at where you started and where you are now. Growth can sometimes feel slow, but when you reflect, you will see just how much you've improved. Ask yourself, how many new words have I learned this month? Can I now say things I couldn't before? Do I feel more confident speaking, even if I still make mistakes? Build confidence through recognition. Celebrate progress. Even when it feels small, it's as these tiny steps that create big change over time. Remember, learning English is not just about reaching a final destination. It is about enjoying the journey and acknowledging each moment of success. Celebrating progress makes learning more fun and keeps you motivated to continue. When you reward your efforts and reflect on how far you've come, English becomes less of a challenge and more of an exciting adventure. We've reached the end of this journey, but this is just the beginning of your journey towards speaking English with confidence. Let's quickly recap and leave you with some motivation to take that next step. Remember, feeling nervous when speaking a new language is completely normal. But the fear doesn't stay forever. With consistent practice, small steps, and patience, you will notice your confidence growing little by little. Think back to everything we talked about. Understanding why we'd be afraid, practicing and repeating to build confidence, finding support in a safe environment, and celebrating every small success. So, where? Each of these steps is part of the process to becoming the confident English speaker you want to be. Each word you speak brings you closer to fluency. Ma. Fluency isn't about being perfect. It's about being able to express yourself and connect with others. Every sentence, even with mistakes, gets you closer. Every day of practice is a step forward. So don't let fear hold you back. Instead, use it as a signal that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, which is where growth happens. Learning and improving takes action. I have a few small steps you can take right now. Comment below and let me know which tip you found most helpful in this video. Was it celebrating progress, practicing with someone patient, or something else? Practice today. Use one idea from this video today, whether it's recording your voice, 8. Labeling things in your home, or speaking with a trusted friend. If this video inspired you or helped you in any way, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to help me create even more high-quality content, consider becoming a member of the channel. Your support allows me to dedicate more time and energy to providing tips, lessons, and strategies just like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Keep practicing and stay confident. Have you ever wondered how babies learn to speak so naturally? They don't sit down with grammar books or stress over mistakes. Bu. It's all about listening, trying, and enjoying the process. What if you could use the same method to learn English? In this video, I'm going to show you how babies master their first language and how you can apply those same techniques to your English learning journey. Trust me, it's not magic. It's about understanding the process and making it simple and fun. Also, I want to take a moment to let you know that the join button is now available on this channel. If you'd like to support me in creating better content and dedicate even more time to helping you learn English, you can join my members. Your support means so much and helps me improve the quality of the videos I make for you. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Now, let's dive in and learn English like a baby. Chapter Wove. How do babies learn language? Let's start by understanding how babies learn their native language. It's actually a very natural process. Babies don't take grammar lessons or memorize vocabulary lists. Instead, they do something very simple. They listen. From the moment they're reborn, babies are surrounded by language. They hear their parents and family members talk, and their brains absorb all the sounds, words, and patterns they hear. Even though they can't speak at first, they are already starting to understand. It's all about repetition and exposure. Babies hear the same words and phrases many times in different contexts. For example, they might hear someone say, "Here's your bottle," every time they're about to drink milk. Over time, they connect the word bottle to the object itself. The key here is that babies don't worry about grammar rules or making mistakes. They just listen, try to imitate, and learn from their surroundings. Think of your brain like a sponge, soaking up everything it hears. That's exactly how babies learn, and it's a strategy you can use too. By focusing on listening and exposing yourself to English regularly, you can train your brain to recognize patterns just like a baby does. So, let us see how you can apply this to your own learning journey. Chapter Lu. What is comprehensible input? Now, let's talk about a powerful concept for language learning: comprehensible input. This is the idea of listening to or reading material that is just a little bit above your current level. Yak. It's not so difficult that it feels impossible, but it challenges you to grow and learn. Imagine this. When babies hear the word apple, they're usually looking at an apple or seeing someone hold one. This connection between the word and the object makes it easier for them to understand the context. As a learner, you can do the same thing. For example, watch kids' shows or videos with simple vocabulary. They'd redesigned to be easy to understand and often use visuals to help you follow along. 2. Listen to audio while reading subtitles that match what you hear. This allows you to connect the sounds to the written words and understand them more easily. The magic of comprehensible input is in the context. It allows you to absorb language naturally. When you see, hear, and experience things in English, your brain starts to make those connections. Lakshan, just like a baby's brain. The key is to find material that feels slightly challenging but not frustrating. That's where you'll grow the most. If you stay consistent and keep exposing yourself to input, you can mostly understand. You'll see progress over time. Just as babies do when they hear their first words. Next, let us look at how to apply this idea to your everyday learning. Chapter Chi, replicating baby steps as adults. Now that we understand how babies learn and the power of comprehensible input, let's break down how you can replicate their learning process, step by step. As an adult, Step 1. Listen. First, babies spend months just listening to the people around them before they even attempt to speak. You can do the same by immersing yourself in English every day. Fact. Choose content that feels interesting and not overwhelming. Podcasts made for beginners or intermediate learners. These often use slow and clear speech. Simple stories like fairy tales or children's books. Listening while reading along is a great way to enhance comprehension. YouTube channels with videos tailored to English learners. Find topics you enjoy so that learning feels fun, not like a chore. The more you surround yourself with English, the more natural it will start to sound. Even if you don't understand every word, your brain will start recognizing patterns, rhythms, and common expressions. Step 2. Imitate sounds. After months of listening, babies don't immediately start forming sentences. They babble. They mimic the sounds they hear without worrying about mistakes. As an adult, this might feel silly at first, but it's incredibly effective. Try repeating words or phrases you hear in videos or conversations. Pay attention to pronunciation and tone. Focus on copying the rhythm and flow of sentences. Even if you don't understand every word, use resources like songs or short audio clips. Pause and imitate the speaker several times until it feels natural. This step is about building confidence and training your mouth to produce sounds that might not exist in your native language. Think of it as language exercise. Practice strengthens your muscles. Step 3. Respond without pressure, babies. Don't use perfect grammar when they start speaking. They focus on reacting and getting their message across, even if it's not perfect. Adults can do the same. When watching videos or listening to audio, try answering simple questions or predicting what comes. Next, during casual conversations, don't overthink. React naturally. Even if your sentences are short or grammatically imperfect, use filler phrases like "I'm not sure" or "Can you repeat that?" to buy time and stay engaged in a conversation. Remember, the goal is communication, not perfection. Every small response builds confidence and fluency over time. Practice tip: start small. Perhaps few minutes of listening and minutes of imitation each day. Gradually increase your time as you feel more comfortable. Learning English like a baby doesn't mean rushing it. It means building skills slowly and steadily, one small habit at a time. Meekin, now that we've explored these steps, we're a little deeper into creating a routine that makes these habits easy to follow. Let us move on. Chapter Ba. Overcoming challenges. Learning English as an adult might not feel as effortless as it does for babies. Unlike them, we tend to overthink, compare ourselves to others, and feel embarrassed about making mistakes. Let us address those challenges and how you can overcome them. Acknowledging the frustration, it's normal to feel frustrated at times. Or, you might listen to something and think, why can't I understand this? Speaking might feel intimidating, especially in front of others. Remember, babies don't feel self-conscious. They try, fail, and try again, all without worrying about how they sound. We can learn from this mindset by being kinder to ourselves. Encouragement. Mistakes are not failures. They're stepping stones. Think of mistake as feedback, showing you what to improve. If you said something wrong, now you know how to say it right next time. Nobody expects perfection. Especially when you're relearning. Native speakers admire the effort and courage it takes to learn a new language. Start small and be patient. You don't need to become fluent overnight. Start with small steps, just like babies do. Practice listening to one short video or audio clip a day. Try saying 1 or 2 sentences in English when talking to yourself or others. Nowers. Celebrate every little win. like understanding a new word or saying a complete sentence without hesitation. Patience is key. Babies take years to become fluent in their native language. So allow yourself time to grow and improve. Every bit of effort adds up over weeks and months. You are not just learning a language. You rebuilding a bridge to new opportunities and experiences. Mistakes and frustrations are just part of the journey, and they will make your success even sweeter. Let's keep going. In the next section, I'll guide you on how to create a routine that makes learning English simple and consistent. Chapter Joe, Practical Tips to Apply Daily. Creating a habit of learning English doesn't have to be difficult or time-consuming. Small daily actions, done consistently, can lead to significant improvements over time. Let's explore a few simple yet powerful tips you can start using today. Watch your minutes of simple English videos daily. Spend just your minutes watching videos designed for learners, such as children's shows, basic YouTube tutorials, or short stories. Focus on understanding the context, even if you don't know every word. Repeat key phrases or words you hear. This helps you internalize pronunciation and sentence structure. Label items at home in English. Make your home an immersive environment by labeling common objects like doors, windows, tables, and appliances with sticky notes in English. Every time you see the word mirror or fridge, you're reinforcing your vocabulary without extra effort. Practice repeating words or short phrases aloud. Choose simple phrases like, "How are you today?" or "I would like some coffee, please." Say them out loud multiple times, mimicking how native speakers would say them. Don't worry about making mistakes. Practice is what counts. Find a partner for basic conversations. Practice with someone who is also learning English, or even a native speaker willing to help. Keep the conversation simple. Encourage each other, and talk about your day or describe your surroundings. Practicing with someone keeps you accountable and builds your confidence. The power of consistency. Consistency is what turns small actions into big results. Think of learning English as planting a seed. If you water it a little every day, it will grow strong and steady over time. Set a daily goal that feels doable, whether it's learning 3 words or practicing for minutes. It's not about how much you do in one day, it's about doing a little every day. These tiny steps create a strong foundation for long-term success. Let us quickly review what we've learned today. First, listen to English as much as you can, just like babies do. Then, imitate the sounds and phrases you hear to train your speaking skills. Don't be afraid to respond, even if it's not perfect. Communication is the goal. Finally, embrace mistakes as part of the learning process. They are not failures, but steps toward improvement. Learning English like a baby doesn't mean it's easy, but it's natural. It's about being patient and consistent, and trust me, it works. Start today. Choose one simple habit to try, maybe watching a short video, labeling items in English, or repeating key phrases. What step will you take first? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about your journey. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel to keep growing your channel. To keep growing your English skills with me. And if you'd like to support me directly and help me create even more high-quality content, join my channel as a member. Your support means so much and allows me to dedicate more time to helping you succeed. Thank you. Let's make English learning part of your everyday life. Step by step, habit by habit. See you in the next video. How to gain fluency in English. The complete guide from zero to fluent. Achieving fluency in English is a journey, and while it may seem daunting, the right approach can make it easier and even enjoyable. If you follow the right steps and put in consistent effort, fluency is well within your reach. In this guide, I'll walk you through 5 crucial steps to help you move from zero to fluent, with practical tips and strategies that can transform your English skills. Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing great. Welcome back to another session of Learning English with me. Today, we diving deep into how to become fluent in English. Whether you just starting out or already at an intermediate level, this guide will help you advance your skills in all aspects of English. Speaking, listening, reading, and even writing. I often get questions like, where do I start? I understand some English, but speaking is really tough. If this sounds like you, don't worry. In today's lesson, we'll explore how to go from zero, or wherever you are now, to fluency. Before we get started, please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of the lessons I post. And if you find this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like and share it with your friends. Now, let us talk about what it really means to go from zero to fluent. Many people think of zero as a starting point where they know nothing. But if you can understand some English, you're already past zero. In fact, understanding English puts you a few steps ahead. And we can consider that as starting from level 2 or 3 rather than 0. Fluency, our goal, can be considered level sure. So if you're already understanding English, you're well on your way. Listening and understanding are powerful tools, and they form the foundation upon which we will build fluency. Step 1. Mastering Survival English. The first and most basic step toward fluency is mastering survival English. What is survival English, you ask? It is the most fundamental form of spoken English, focused on essential vocabulary and phrases that will allow you to communicate your basic needs in an English speaking environment. It's not about perfect grammar, but about getting your point across. For instance, imagine you are in a foreign country where no one speaks your native language. You might not be able to form complete sentences, but you could say key words like food, hungry, or restaurant to communicate that you need to find a place to eat. The person you're speaking to will understand that you're hungry and looking for a restaurant. This is the essence of survival English, using important, meaningful words to make yourself understood, even if your sentence structure isn't perfect. Survival English focuses on the vocabulary necessary for day interactions. You don't need to worry about complex grammar rules at this stage. Instead, focus on words that carry the most meaning. If you know how to say price, food, or where, you can navigate a lot of situations. These are the building blocks of language, and they are essential for giving you the confidence to start speaking English in real life situations. Once you've mastered survival English, you will feel more confident communicating in English. Which brings us to step 2. Step 2. Start speaking from day 1. Fluency doesn't come from waiting until you reach perfect. It comes from practicing. That's why my second step for you is to start speaking from day 1. I know it can be intimidating, especially when you feel like you don't know enough English yet, but the sooner you start speaking, the faster you will progress. There's a common mistake many learners make. They delay speaking, thinking they'll start after they've improved their vocabulary or mastered more grammar. But this is a flawed approach. Speaking is a skill, and like any skill, you can only get better with practice. So if you're relearning new words, grammar, or pronunciation, don't wait to use them. Speak. Whether it's with a friend, a tutor, or even yourself in the mirror, start forming sentences using your new vocabulary and practicing out loud. I encourage you to start small. Maybe you practice with a few sentences. Each day, you can describe what you're redoing, talk about your day, or even try reading aloud. It's not about being perfect. It's about getting comfortable with speaking English regularly. And don't worry about making mistakes. Mistakes are part of the learning process. If you're looking for more tips on how to get started, I have a whole video on speaking from day 1, which you can check out, but for now, just remember, start speaking from the moment you begin learning. Even if you only know a few words, putting them into sentences will help you grow. Step 3. Focus on good English input. One of the most powerful ways to improve your fluency is through input, specifically listening and reading in English. Language is learned through exposure, so you need to surround yourself with good English input every day. The more you listen and read, the faster you will start absorbing the language. Listening is particularly important. It's not only about understanding words, but about getting a feel for how English is spoken, how sentences flow, the rhythm of the language, and the way words are pronounced. Think about how you learned your native language. You listened to ... Others speak it long before you could speak it yourself. Similarly, by listening to English as much as possible, you will start to internalize its patterns. You can listen to podcasts, watch movies, TV shows, YouTube videos, or even music in English. Choose topics that interest you, so it feels less like studying and more like entertainment. Over time, you will notice that you're able to understand more. And this will naturally help you when it comes to speaking. Reading is the second form of input. When you read, you get to see how words are written, how sentences are constructed, and how ideas are communicated in a more formal way. Start with simple texts, like children's books or easy news articles, and gradually work your way up to more complex material as you become more comfortable. Reading will reinforce your vocabulary and grammar and help you feel more confident with written English. At 4, consistent speaking. Now that you've started speaking and listening, it's time to take your speaking skills to the next level with consistent practice. Fluency doesn't happen overnight, and practicing every day is key to making progress. But here's an important tip. Practice with a purpose. It's not enough to just speak. You need to make sure your practice sessions are focused and productive. Set specific goals for each practice session. For example, one day you might focus on describing your day in English. Another day, you might practice speaking about a specific topic, like your favorite hobby or an experience you had. One method I highly recommend is the mirror talk technique, where you practice speaking to yourself in the mirror. This might sound strange at first, but it's incredibly effective. By looking at yourself while you speak, you can practice your pronunciation, facial expressions, and even body language, just like you would in a real conversation. Plus, it builds confidence because you re-talking out loud without the pressure of speaking to another person. Another important tip is to incorporate shadowing. Shadowing involves listening to a native speaker and repeating what they say in real time. This helps you improve your pronunciation, intonation, and speed. You can shadow YouTube videos, movies, or podcasts. It's a powerful way to practice speaking and listening at the same time. Don't forget that fluency comes from practice, so commit to speaking every day, even if it asks just for a few minutes. The more you practice, the closer you will get to your goal of becoming fluent in English. Master basic grammar. Many learners either over-focus on grammar or try to avoid it entirely. But to become fluent in English, you need a balanced approach. Basic grammar is essential for forming correct sentences and communicating clearly, but you don't need to become a grammar expert. Think of grammar as the framework that supports your sentences. Without understanding some basic grammar rules, you'll struggle to form proper sentences. 4. Which can make your speaking sound hesitant or unclear. The good news is, you don't need to learn every single grammar rule out there. Focus on the basics, like how to use present, past, and future tenses, as well as basic sentence structures. For example, understanding how to use simple sentences like I am, he does, one done, senses, or they have will give you the confidence to speak without worrying too much about making mistakes. Once you have these structures down, you will be able to form more complex sentences naturally. Over time, if grammar feels overwhelming, start with small, manageable lessons. I have a series of videos on basic grammar designed specifically for learners who want to improve their spoken English, so check them out. If you want to strengthen your grammar foundation, bonus step, focus on all 4 skills. To truly become fluent in English, you need to focus on all 4 skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Each of these skills supports the others, and together they will help you achieve well-rounded fluency. Listening. Listen to English as much as you can. This could be through podcasts, audiobooks, TV shows, or conversations with native speakers. The more you listen, the more your brain will naturally absorb the language. Speaking. Speaking is your ultimate goal, and it rests something you should practice daily. Find a language partner. Speak to yourself, or even record yourself speaking and play it back to see how you can improve. Reading. Read anything and everything that interests you in English. Books, blogs, news articles. These will help you expand your vocabulary and improve your understanding of grammar and sentence structure. Sentence structure. Writing. Writing will help reinforce everything you learn, and it's a skill that often gets overlooked. Keep a journal in English or write short stories. Writing gives you time to think about the words you read, using, and helps you practice forming sentences in a structured way. And there you have it. My 5 essential steps to going from 0 to fluent in English. Remember, fluency is a journey, and every step you take is progress toward your goal. By focusing on survival English, speaking from day 1, listening and reading regularly, practicing consistently, and mastering basic grammar, you will be well on your way to becoming fluent. Before we wrap up, let me know in the comments below what your biggest challenge is in learning English, and I will try to address it in future videos. And of course, if you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more English learning tips and lessons. Keep practicing, keep learning, and I will see you in the next video. My name is Ariel, and I am very happy that you are here today in this video. We are going to talk about our morning routines. A morning routine is a set of activities that you do when you wake up. It can include many simple actions like getting up, washing your face, eating breakfast, and more. Talking about your morning habits is very useful for everyday English. War. When you discuss what you do in the morning, you learn many common words and phrases. You will use words like get up, sleep in, oversleep, morning person, and skip. These words help you describe your day and make your conversation more natural. Learning these expressions will help you speak with more confidence and understand others better. I will share my own morning routine and explain some useful tips for you. I hope that by watching this video, you will learn new vocabulary and find it easier to talk about your daily life in English. Please stay with me until the end, as I will give you many useful tips and explain all the key words. Arias, let's begin our journey to better English together. A morning routine is a series of actions that you do every morning when you wake up. What? It is the start of your day. A good routine helps you prepare for the day ahead and gives you energy. When you have a set routine, you know what to expect, and your mind is ready to work. Mornings are important because they give you a fresh start. Every morning you have a new chance to begin again. When you wake up, it is like a clean page. You can decide what you want to do and plan your day. For me, the morning is a calm time when the world is quiet. I enjoy having a cup of tea and thinking about my goals before the day becomes busy. This time helps me feel peaceful and ready. Many people follow similar activities in the morning. For example, most people get up and brush their teeth, take a shower, dress up, and prepare breakfast. Some people eat toast, eggs, or cereal. Others read the news, listen to music, or take a short walk. These common activities are important because they help you wake up and start the day with energy. Planned morning routine can make your whole day better. It helps you feel organized and reduces stress. When you know what you are going to do, you can work more easily and have more time for other activities. A routine is like a small ritual that makes you feel calm and focused